Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel, Love Leslie. You are witnessing my very first YouTube video, and for that I'm very thankful. Also, I do want to apologize in advance if there's any lack in quality, but I do promise to improve and to learn all these new editing things that come with creating and uploading YouTube videos. A little bit about me. Obviously, my name is Leslie. I currently live in Texas, although I am from California, and I am 26 years old. On October of last year, 2017, I woke up nice Sunday morning, and I don't know why, but it occurred to me to feel my breast, as kinky as that may sound, and felt a lump on my breast, a very big lump on my breast. After getting some testing done, I was told that I have triple negative breast cancer. I know it's a mouthful, and because of my young age, I was told it's also fairly aggressive. So also October of last year, I started doing chemo, and obviously with chemo comes hair loss. This is where I came up with the idea of creating a small platform to talk to young women, or I mean really women in general, who are currently going through the same challenges that I'm going through. Chemo is not easy. Chemo is emotionally and physically painful, and I want to have a place where I am able to provide feedback on the things that I have been going through and learn things for myself so that I can teach things to you. I want to help out with things like simple makeup routines, how to go about getting your first wig, because buying a wig isn't something people do on a regular basis unless you're Kylie Jenner. And things like what kind of snacks are good for you, smoothies that you can drink to help ease a loss of appetite. But most importantly, what I want to do is bring a smile to all these women's faces who sometimes feel like there's no motivation to get up in the morning, that there's no motivation to go back to chemo, because trust me, I went to that. I was so close to just saying, you know what, let this take its course. I don't want chemo anymore. I want to make you laugh. I want to bring some inspiration to you and let you know of my trials and tribulations, so that all these women can know that they're not alone. My promise is to learn things, as many things as I can as I go through this, so that I can bring this onto you and teach things. I want to answer every question that y'all might have the best I can. I want to help people look at the bright side of these things. I know that it may be hard sometimes, it may be hard to put a smile on, but I'm hoping that by looking at my videos and taking some time out of your day to not think about what we're going through will make this journey not so hard. Without any further ado, today is just a simple makeup routine, an everyday kind of makeup routine. Trust me, I'm not very good with my makeup yet, but as I promised, I do promise to learn more, and if y'all need help with any techniques, I want to ask people for help so that I can teach you guys, and maybe we can both get better at this and become good at it, not like Kardashian makeup good, but we can try. So to start off with, you want to moisturize your face before you prime, and you want to let the moisturizer set before you start priming. My ideal everyday makeup primer is Urban Decay's Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. It is a trial size, but I love it already. And you want to get that all over your face, plus a little extra for your forehead. Moving on to concealing. My favorite, and as you can tell by the bottle being almost done and finished with, is Maybelline's Age Rewind Concealer. It is really good as a concealer, and there's times where I will just put that under my eyes, blend it out, and call it a day. Now with blending, we want to get rid of any harsh lines left behind by our concealer. And we want to make sure that we cover all the dark circles, any redness. I have a lot of redness, so I always over conceal almost. So always do under my nose, my chin, under my eyes, my eyelids. And our next step is our eyebrows, our more dramatic portion of our makeup tutorial, since it is what defines our face. And I am using Benefit's Precisely My Brow Pencil in shade 3. I always tend to start off with the bottom portion of my eyebrow just so that I can get the idea of what the rest of my eyebrows might look like. And I do say might look like because, trust me, they never come out looking the same. Sometimes they come out looking exceptionally gorgeous, and sometimes they just look like they are two very angry sisters that want nothing to do with each other. Doing the top portion of your eyebrow, you want to do something that will mimic the bottom portion of the eyebrow, and once done, I always like to start shading the end of the eyebrow with the pencil. And to shade the rest of the eyebrow, I like using April Skin's Hair Pact. It is originally made to cover white hairs on your head, but through discovery, I found out that it works really well with shading my eyebrows. So you always want to start off with the inner part of your eyebrow and move towards the outside. And make sure that we get this as even as we can. Since we're not dealing with hair, it might be a bit of a challenge sometimes. Also, at the time of shading, you definitely want to take advantage and try to get rid of any faulty or squiggly lines. Since we're not dealing with much traction, these lines are very unpredictable. Moving on to the foundation, I love using Urban Decay's Naked foundation. It is honestly one of my favorite everyday foundations, just because it has this very almost non-existent feel to it when it's on my face, and it has a very good coverage as well. Plus, I secretly love its smell, so if you catch me sniffing that brush, you know what it is. You want to get this all over your face, plus a little more on your forehead. This is why it's good to prime a little bit past your forehead, just so that we have no uneven tan lines. Now with our contouring, I like using Maybelline's Fit Me foundation stick in Coconut. I use this as my fast and easy contouring. I prefer this over a palette, especially if I'm in a hurry, and if it's just, you know, your everyday makeup look. I use this right under my cheekbone, as you can see, And you can just follow that through to the end of your cheekbone, through the side of your nose, and I like using a little bit right under my jawline so that I won't have that round face look that I naturally carry. LOL. And I like to blend this out as much as I can, especially if the lines right under your cheekbones didn't come out evenly. This is where I take advantage and try to make this as even looking as I can. For my blush, I am using Tarte's Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. And since I am not bronzing, all I am doing is applying the blush right on my cheek and small circles, slowly brushing that back on top of my cheek. And for my eyeshadow, I am using Too Faced Natural Eyes eyeshadow palette, and I am using Nudie on my crease line with a very small tapered brush, slowly working that in there. For our eyelids, I am using a little mixture of Silk Teddy and Honey Pot, and I am just applying that right under my crease. Not really blending yet, just working that in there. And as for the final step in eyeshadow, just getting a small blending brush and blending that crease and eyelid eyeshadow. And finally, to finish up my makeup, I am using Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder, and I'm using this to mattify my whole makeup look. I use this so that my makeup can last a little longer since I do suffer from a very oily skin. And last but not least, our wig. You always want to have a cap on just so that this can help with preventing any itchiness, any poking that the wig's weaving might cause. And before putting your wig on, you always want to make sure that you brush out any tangles, any off hair that might be misplaced. And the way I put on my wig is always try to put the bangs on first and slowly work my way back, adjusting the wig as I go. Once the wig is on, you want to move it around, make sure that the parting is in the middle, that the bangs are even. I know you can see the cap on here a little bit, but as I continue to move the hair, even brushing it out, I will eventually get rid of the cap. When brushing the wig, once it's on your head, brush very, very gently. You don't want to dislocate the wig once it's on your head. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my very first YouTube video. Thanks to the love and support that y'all give me, I am fighting, surviving, and thriving through this crazy journey. I love you all so much. Love, Leslie.